All right. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing on this Saturday morning? James with Team Finish Strong. Get ready to light it up for stage 5 of the tour of Watopia. We are here on the final stage. It's the volcano circuit, and it is sure to have sparks flying and lava flowing today, because we've got 3 laps around this circuit, and it's going to be fast, I predict. As has been customary in this series, we have a number of B riders and an A rider joining us today. So we are going to have some fast action. Probably going to be pretty hard coming out of the pen today, so we're going to light it up right from the start. And then we'll just see where it ends. Certainly inside of the volcano, we know that much. Now, beyond that, I do not know. With a flatter course, or a flat-ish course, I have a little bit better chance of being at the front of the pack when all things are said and done, and be able to contest it in a sprint. But with so many Bs and even an A rider today, I don't know how hard they're going to push us on these flats. So we might even see a split in the group on the flats. Could happen on that little climb coming into the volcano. This is the counterclockwise circuit. So you just never know. Got to be prepared for anything and everything today. So good morning. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys have had a good week. It's definitely been an eventful week for us here in the U.S. Needless to say, with this pandemic going around life, pretty much has not been normal for the last, I'd say, at least couple weeks or so in our state of South Carolina as things continue to ratchet down. Thankfully, we're on the low side in terms of the case count. So, everyone that I know and care about is healthy and doing well, and I'm thankful for that. Outside of that, my prayer for everyone is stay safe, use good judgment, and I pray the Lord keeps you and your family as well. Thankfully, one of the awesome things about Zwift racing that I am thankful for is that there is relatively little danger here in these virtual races. You just gotta, someone my age always has to be careful about how hard I push myself. I'm 50 plus now, so. But outside of that, crashes, don't gotta worry about months of recovery and rehab like some folks do on the bike in real life racing. In fact, last in real life event I saw, we did have a crash. I did see a crash, so that's always been at the forefront of my mind when I race outdoors. So I wouldn't mind if I just exclusively race in Zwift. And I don't know how you all feel about that. Do you like seeing in real life events? They definitely are a cut above the typical Zwift fare. They require a greater commitment. They have a more committed talent pool, I will say, generally speaking. So it definitely gets very lively. It was certainly lively at points in the race that I participated in a few weeks ago. Gosh, it seems like an eternity ago, too, considering how every day new things develop in the world. So, and for now, as far as I know, all racing events, and for that matter, charity events that I was looking to participate in have been sidelined. So this is all we've got, really, except solo cycling. But as long as I'm able to, healthy and willing, I will continue to race here on Zwift, and I would enjoy y'all participating. You can either join in and race with us, or you can watch, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the action. Once again, we have the comedians getting the chat stirred up here this morning, I will say. We know it's going to be a tough start. No easy rides here. No easy rides here, that's for sure. So what have all of you been doing, folks, during this lockdown of sorts for exercise, for Zwift? Maybe you guys do Zwift, do you ride? Have you switched back to running, some of you? I mean, that would be a temptation for me, perhaps, to get a quick workout in. If I didn't have Zwift, I think potentially running would be better for me, just because the roads are just so unsafe, and getting increasingly so. If you're trying to ride solo, I almost never ride solo except in limited respects here in my area. But what are y'all doing for exercise and to keep your state of mind where it needs to be? So, I know in different places, this pandemic has affected folks differently. Obviously, here in the United States, the way of life here in South Carolina is going to be much different than in New York City, for example, where it's an epicenter of sorts for us here in the U.S. So, not sure what the full range of y'all. Have any of you had to relocate, for example, because of this? I know of some stories of folks being stranded in foreign countries because of this. So it's definitely a lot of stories out there and some very tragic ones too, sadly. And my prayer again is just for everyone to stay safe, use good judgment, and we'll get through this. We will get through this. This too shall pass. But aside from that, I'm looking to pretty much stay consistent here on Zwift. I'm not looking to take a hiatus because there's no reason to really. Zwift is it's like a godsend in times like this. It really is. I could not do a regular stationary bike. I did those days, and I would not be able to put in the hours I needed to maintain my fitness on a regular stationary bike. So thankful for this. Thankful for your participation. You can encourage me, keep me accountable. I'm going to hang on to the very end, and we'll see how that end looks in just about 30 minutes or so. I figure this will be about a 30-minute event today. We've got record heat here in the south right now. It was in the 80s yesterday. Smashed records, just totally smashed records here. I don't know how warm or how cold it is for you in your part of the world, but we definitely have a heat wave of sorts coming through for us. I was almost tempted to use the air conditioning today for the event, but I'm going to try to hang tough with just a window fan and my big blaster here off screen, and see if I can stay cool enough to not wilt like a flower. As always in these Zwift races, we're well represented by an international consortium here. We've got some folks from France. I imagine at this time of the day, this is probably prime time for Europe for racing. So probably going to see a lot of European racers out in the race today. I don't know if I have my unofficial coach out there in the stream, but if I do, feel free to give me some tips mid-race if Zwift Live is still working. What in the world? What? Hold on. I just saw a sea of humanity behind me. What in the world? 124. There wasn't more than 20 folks signed up when I decided to do this thing this morning. Oh my gosh. This is like the Tour de France here. I have no idea, folks. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be short, but the blob is going to be inescapable today. Got to be. Blob is going to be inescapable, and there's probably going to be a break. There's probably going to be a really fast blob that is going to smash it out of the gates, and then it's just decide which side of that cut am I going to be on. All right. Well, I better get breathing here, folks. That's a huge group. Get my first sip in now. This is the largest volcano circuit group I've ever raced with, I think. This is more like a group ride, but it ain't no group ride, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm going to need all the luck I can today. There they go. And I'm still getting past at 5 watts a kilo. It's like a sprint at the beginning. I had to let that group go way above my threshold. This is going to be my group. I catch it. This group's even worse than the first. This is not my group either. Nope. Tough, tough. This guy's way over category. 5 watts a kilo. That's A. That's A territory. I let those guys fight it out. I only care about those whip power results. All right, here we go. Okay, more my speed. Now to recover. Since that last 8 minutes was a mistake. Yep, just 10 miles, Lewis. Very short, but intense. Hi, Eva. Nice to have you in the chat. Whew, warm in here. A lot of matches, Bert. I can feel it. Nice big block today. People trying to break away. Ooh, they're forming a little blob right there. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. All right, gotta use it. All right. Tough race. But we're continuing to drop the last group away, so it's a good decision. If I can hang with them. Come on, Arrow. Thank you. Who's that merging with us? I think we just got left. That's a problem. Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh. I gave it everything. Thank you, Matt Ash. My goal at the end there was just to hold off that one fella coming up strong. Whew. That was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. I think every racer in the world joined today. Oh my gosh. To answer your question, Matt, I use a Elite Diretto, but my power source, I'm using a Simo Duo power pedals. They're more accurate. They've got a little bit better characteristics for racing, more responsive. I like the Diretto, but you have to calibrate it pretty frequently, which is a pain, to keep it accurate for races. The pedals, it's a simple one click on my Garmin head unit to calibrate. Oh. I still need to catch my breath. Oh, that was all threshold anaerobic there, folks. Almost no chance to breathe there. Well, kicker core is probably a good alternative too. I don't know what its peak power is, but I've heard good things about the kickers. If you're a sprinter and you're not looking to use pedals, the kicker line probably would be a good way to go. This was, the Diretto was pretty accurate. Well, it was responsive on the sprints, but it tended to cut about 100 watts off the top end of my sprint. So that's the other thing too with trainers, is you just have to accept that some of them may not give you credit for all the watts that you do, even if they're accurate. So, but check out some tests online. There's a lot of folks, GP Llama and others, do side-by-side comparisons to see which ones are accurate. Okay, yeah. So you're already Swift racing. You got it figured out. I used the Stages power meter early on, but the one with the coin cell battery, it just it kept having these bad dropouts, race ending dropouts. So I stopped using it. These Asimo pedals, they're rechargeable, so I plug them into the charger after every race, so I know I don't get any dropouts. So that's the skinny. Oh, you have a dump trainer? Well, as long as it provides resistance, and you've got some sort of bicycle-based power meter, it's really all you need. As long as the resistance is close enough times to your to reality, not to mess up the timing of your efforts. You know, like if you're trying to sprint up a small grade like this to get better position, you want to make sure the resistance matches what everybody else is experiencing. Bike brakes is resistance. You'll have to put some comments in there to explain how that works. So, but yeah, it's probably time, if you are looking to do a lot more Swift racing like I do, getting a nice, intelligent, interactive trainer is the way to go. You get a better experience from it. I know some folks like to turn their resistance down for some races, but to me, I think it's the variability of the resistance keeps my legs fresh. But anyhow, hey, good luck to you. Well wishes on your search for a better trainer. And you'll have to come back to the channel and let us know how it worked out for you. As for me, however, I'm going to get on with my Saturday. Folks, thank you for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed the race. I do races. Try to do races about once a week. And I also produce some other content you can check out, some vlogs. And so I'll be back probably within a week. I don't know where we're going to go from here, because this is the end of the tour of Watopia. But if you have any suggestions, post them in the comments. And if it's a good match for me, sprinter, flat courses, then I will most likely take you up on it. Until then, you guys have a great Saturday. God bless. And as always, finish strong.